to the show. My name is Actor Seymour, and I don't know who I am. In my opinion, I'm a mess of a person, both mentally and biologically. So let's start with biologically. Now, I'm native, but I'm not just one native, like some of y'all out there. You. I got Lakota blood and I got Spaniard blood. Let's just pause right there, for those of you that know history. As much as I wish that it was a Romeo and Juliet situation where the beautiful Lakota girl was washing her hair in the river, singing her songs, and she hears something. And then on the other side, the Spanish general of his campaign, he sees her. And he sees her. Stop! Disperse the campaign. I have found my love. It was love at first sight. But history is just a little too dark for that. Who knows? Maybe it was like that. I wasn't there. But my lineage was. Now, I try not to think about what my ancestors did to get my mess of DNA. But I did one of those DNA tests. So follow me here. I got blood from Mexico, Spain, Ivory Coast, Scotland, Sweden, Denmark, Benin, Togo, Cameroon, Congo, South Bantu, West Bantu, Mali, Basque, Nigeria, Senegal, Northern Africa, a lot in Africa, Northern Italy, Portugal, and Europe. So when I'm going through hell and I'm crying out, ancestors, please! What do I do? I'm stuck and I'm down. What might I do with my life? I got 15 different voices coming at me at the same time. I got voices saying, hey man, don't worry, just listen to the music. It'll all be alright. Keep everyone at Tiger's Bay from you. Survive. Don't worry, champ. It's all gonna be alright. Just kill them all. It'll solve all your problems. Whoa, what? You know what the worst part is about that last guy? He sounds like one of those camp counselors that always has a motivational speech just right there in his back pocket. Hey, champ, you got this. Remember, life's always going to appreciate you. And if not, suicide is always an option. Whoa, 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 whoa. A little dark there, don't you think? But I'm getting ahead of myself. So what I'd like to do is introduce some of the ancestors that have helped me out through my life. So give it up for my ancestor. I appreciate that. My ancestor. Hey, can we cut? Is that possible? Oh, sweet. Give me 2 seconds. What are you doing? Why not? I don't like people. It's fine. We're here to see you. I am not a performing monkey. Come on. It's all gonna be okay, alright? We got this. Remember that pep talk that he gave you? Nope. Well, it's gonna be okay. What do I even say? Just tell a story. About what? The time you ran over a bunny and cried? No. Just give some feedback about your life. I'm here to see you. They want to know who you are, okay? Bye! Enough! My name is Tewano, Dakota Khan. I was a leader of the village, Umgump, what is known as present day's border of Benin. My people had their own traditions, culture, arts, ceremonies, songs, dance. Little did we know that we were on the warpath of an ever-growing empire. One day, a man comes to our village, sick and broken. We brought him to our healers to bring him back from death. We offered him food, shelter. I personally told him, if you so wish, you have a home amongst us. You are one of us now. After 19 rotations of the sun, he went missing. No one had seen him. Now, we had been raided by many villages nearby before, but one day, it was as if the devil himself rose an army to cover the globe. And wisdom was the man, as if he was offering food to a starving lion. We fought hard, but they beat us with ease. There was too many of them. I begged for mercy. For those of us alive, let us be spared. For those of us injured, let us heal. And for those of us dead, let us bury. They agreed. Those of us alive, they captured. Those of us dead, they burned with our homes. And those of us injured, they murdered. Now those that resisted capture, they had their throats slit and were left to bleed. I did not want my daughter and my wife to share in that fate. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe death would have been better. They brought us onto their ships, near their village, near their kingdom. The men were stored below. The women and children were chained above. They were used as servants, while the men had to row the ships. Many of my people had not experienced sea life at this point. Below reeked of defecation, rot, vomit, decay. I grew tired of seeing my people face these demons. At the bottom, they would beat, stab, murder, burn, whip. So we devised a plan. The women had more freedom. They would be the ones giving out food, washing the clothes. And so when the women would come down, we would use them as our messengers. The plan was to rebel on the night of a full moon. For a group of keys to sneak and find the keys and set us free. But whispers grow loudly. A general walks to me with a slave unrecognized to my eyes. The slave had given up our plan, told him everything. Our chance for freedom was gone! Ruined, stolen! In hopes of what? Fear? Freedom? I do not know. He unchained me and bound my hands with rope, covered my eyes with a hood. And there was so much commotion, I almost thought my people had carried out the plan. When we got to the top of the deck, everything stood still. He removed my hood, and I saw them, everyone, slave and slave owner alike. I could see the tears in my people's eyes, the fear in other slaves. And then I saw her, my daughter. I could not see her mother, but knowing that she still draws breath gave me hope. It made me feel at ease. That's when I realized what she was about to see. She read my lips as clear as day. Close your eyes, child. Look away. I do not want you to see this. When she turned, I heard the general speak, but it might as well have been noise. And then, like a cannon, I heard the gunshot. Seconds later, I felt the wound. For a good second, I thought I was flying. I had found a way to be free, until the water punctured my skin. Underneath the water, I heard my people's voice so clearly. I heard them sing. The voices grew quieter as my body grew colder. You know what my gift to Sean is? It is reality. We live in an evil world filled with evil people. You cannot save everyone. If need be, fuck everyone. There's no point. Survive. Persevere. Keep pushing. If you put your hopes too much in other people, put your trust in other people, you'll just be let down, betrayed, forgotten. Tewani's daughter, she's smart like her father, cunning, hopeful. Now, she didn't have an easy life, but eventually she was set free. She was sold to a man who grew to love her as his own daughter. And he set her free. So the lineage continued. This next character I'd like to bring out is someone who helped me feel free. So, let me introduce you to another one of my ancestors. Hello, y'all. Name's Corbin. And I like to dance. One of the things I showed Sean is passion in music. Adds a little confidence in your life, you know? And so, for like many of y'all, music just melts my problems away. See, I grew up in the U.S., New Orleans to be exact. Until in the 1930s, my dad had this calling. See, my dad, he's gifted. Anytime he felt things were wrong, he'd always try and fix it. He'd always do what he could. And he had that calling to go to Germany. So he used his connections to get us all out there. Now I know what you're thinking. Things got a little crazy in the 1930s. But I didn't care. As long as I had my music. What's my music? Hey boys, give me a beat. Swing, baby. See, Germany was very defensive against jazz and swing in the 1930s-ish era. They thought it had kids being more free-minded, they thought. You know, they weren't wrong. Dance is the most expressional form of freedom. So, I made a lot of friends with my records, especially with my main man, Louis Armstrong. One day, I want to add to my collection a couple more vinyl records, so I go into the vinyl shop, right? And none of my records are there. My music's gone. That crushed me, that pissed me off. And this kid, well, first I asked the shopkeeper, I'm like, what's going on, brother man? He goes, it's all propaganda, American propaganda. They put a band on my music. One of the fellow kids in there had overheard everything. He goes, hey, I know what you're looking for. At first I'm like, what's up? I'm like, all right, I'll buy it. What's your catch? It's no catch. Meet us at the old Westlake building. You know where that is? Alsace? I go, yeah. Used to go there for lunch every day after school. Dinner, late lunch, whatever you want to call it. He says, good. We'll see you there at 9:30. Give him a handshake and he slips me this paper. I open it. It's a code. Ooh. So, oh man, I'm a little late when it comes down to getting to places on time. I get there about 10:30, and the building's closed. I'm like, all right, let me try walking around a little. I go into the round the back, and there's this alleyway. And I see this big old man just standing there. I'm a little desperate. I love my music. So I walk up. And he just stares me all up and down. At this point, I'm kind of shaking. I'm a little skeptical about that kid. I take out that piece of paper. I read it. Take out a little coin. Coin for a song, or is it free? He looks at me. He goes, opens this big old metal door, which leads down these cold, wet steps. Once again, I'm thinking I'm dead, but I made it this far. Let's see what happens. Walk down those steps, and there's these double doors in there. And man, was I wrong. I opened up those doors, and it's how I imagine kids see in Disneyland nowadays. It was a big old dance hall. Dance couples everywhere. Gentlemen over here on this side with their crew, fixing up their hair. Trying to fix it. Some of the ones that just got done dancing would put on their clothes, fix it up a little. All sweating, all gross. Now on this side, we had ladies putting on makeup, fixing up their hair, doing the same thing. Eyebrowing a couple guys over there, winking maybe, eyebrow. Wondering, who's going to sweep me off the airfield tonight? Loud music just jamming. Hands down, one of the best nights of my life. And that night, I ended up meeting the prettiest girl there, Ursula Gutengeld. She is this firecracker of a woman who intimidated most men, but I kept playing my cool. Eventually, I get her to notice me. Doesn't help that I accidentally tripped her. I didn't do it on purpose, I swear. But luckily, I caught it too. That impressed me. Now, we ended up dancing all night that night. And then the next, and the next, and the next, and so eventually, she introduced me to her crew. Let's see. There was Hans, who was this 6'4", muscular, jawhead-looking fellow. And man, he looked mean too, just like the doorman. But when he got onto the dance stage, his feet were faster than anything I'd ever seen. And then we got Benny, who was this short-stacked little man, came up to right about here. I swear, when he got on the dance floor, he was higher than Hans. He would jump, leap, dip, dive, you know how it be. And then, finally, Ingrid. Ursula's right-hand woman, best friend since childhood. The whole country was going to shit, but that place felt like a fortress that couldn't be stopped. Sadly, all shining stars eventually gotta go at the end of something. So, spoiler alert, the whole place got ransacked. You know, I love musicians so much. They could see the apocalypse coming and just keep on playing as if to say, nah, just because the whole world's going to hell doesn't mean that mine has to. Now, screams came first when the Gestapo busted in. It turned into an all-out brawl. People were going crazy, whole madhouse. Training forces walking in, ready to kick some against some kids who just like to dance. Who do you think won? You know, one of my gifts to Sean is not to worry so much. There's only two guarantees in life: death and that time that's just gonna keep on going. So don't be afraid to have a little fun. Don't be afraid to enjoy yourself. Feel the music, feel the groove. Can't find some? Make some. We all got a little song in our heart, don't we? Ursula and I got separated that night. And that night I felt the need to fight. Fight for something I believe in. Next morning, I woke up cold. The sound of a little crowd forming outside. I got up and my head was spinning. It was like the world's worst hangover, I thought. I look around and I see some beat up cats too. And then I see it. They had burnt down the whole building. You know, for a good second, I really did wonder, why did they just leave us out here? It's the Gestapo. They don't care. So I'm picking myself up off the floor, looking around, and I feel it. Big old gash right there inside my head. Then I see her. My Ursula. I was filled to the brim when I saw that she had made it out. When I ran to embrace her, she went right through me. I turned around. I was in shock. I turned around to see if anyone else had seen that, and the 6 most beat up people there had their jaws hanging on the floor. They started to realize. One of them started to panic and just ran straight into a crowd. I'll admit, I really hoped that he would have ran into them. Not just hoping that he'd still be alive, but what would his explanation be? Sorry, y'all, just had to check something. When the realization hits, your mind just flutters, goes into deep thoughts, so many questions, so many. At that point, I did the only thing that I knew how to do. I looked at my band of misfits and I it don't mean a thing if it hang at that swing. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is say. Corbin died that night. And about 9 months later, Ursula ended up giving birth to a baby boy. Baby boy who she named Corbin Dentry Goodiguin. She made it out during the war, made it to the States. She made her way to New Orleans, almost like to get a piece of Corbin back. And so the lineage continued. Now I got one more to share with you. And this one is different. He has this mindset. he doesn't like to talk about himself. He likes to share what he can do for people. And he's got a real funny way of looking at things. So, I'd like to introduce I found my ancestor.
Hello, y'all. Y'all can call me Mr. Nobody. That's who I am, huh? Before I get started, let me just remind y'all something. Remember, age is but a number. So don't use it as a way of measuring that your time on this planet is limited. It's the condition of your body when you wake up in the morning. That's the real fear. Now, Sean and I have known each other for years. We've been best friends for a very, very long time. I've reminded him that his time on this planet is limited too. Each day he wastes doing something unproductive, like working out or getting extra sleep or doing homework. I'd be there, whether he likes it or not. Well, lately, Sean's been hanging out with some other people that are not so cool. People that motivate him and shit. Have you been hanging out with them? Have you? You! Quit it! He's mine. Like that Corbin fellow. Teaching him, don't worry, man. Don't stress. This man is brand new in Sean's life, and he's spending way more time with him than he is with me. I have been there for everything. The breakups, the losses, the rejections, the arguments. Hell, where was this guy when Sean was depressed, sitting on his bed, stuffing his face with cheese balls? Nowhere. You know who was? I was. I was that weighted blanket telling him, don't worry. It's okay that you're not good enough. You never will be. And I don't get so much as a thank you. I've been around forever. Now I'm now in the back burner of his mind. I was there when Sean's mom, her boyfriend, abused him when he was just a wee little lad. He has the scar to prove it. He may not remember it, but I do. And the best part is, I tell him, hey, remember that time? Yeah. You still feel it in your soul, don't you? Not one thank you. Now, I just may be on the back burner of his mind, but don't worry. I always come back. I'm always there. And whether he likes it or not, you'll realize how much he needs me. You all are just a phase. So is this Corbin fella. Do you know how many times I've made Sean break his gym routines or his diets? He was miserable on those things. He even lost some weight. I was worried for him. Well, like I said, back burner, but always there. And the best part is, there's a little bit of me in all of you. Maybe not me specifically, but you all have an ancestor like me. You all have some type of voice in your head that gives you those, what do you call it? The depression thoughts? Something, I don't know. And you know, the best part is, they're all your ancestors. They're all us. someone like us in there. And we talk. I know a couple of y'all already. Some of y'all more than others, that's for sure. You're a bedwetter. You're still a nose picker. And you? We won't even talk about that. So, when you think of those cringy moments right before you go to bed, that's us. Be sure to say hi. When you have anxiety or feel shamed about something, that's us. We're here to remind you that no one likes an ego. So you're welcome. And thank you for having me.
You know, I learned a lot through this journey that we call life, this experience. And one of the things I learned is that not every thought is good. Not every voice is good. Not every person is good. And so one day I really tried to find out who this guy is. Where does he come from? So I was meditating, right? And it was like a flash before my eyes, my life. But it wasn't mine, it was his. I never got a clear name. The one that everyone kept calling him was Vince Vancouver. But he was abused as a child, and his family died in a house fire. Papers said it was an accident, but when you see someone else's life flash before your eyes, you know the truth. It's not fun sometimes. I can't tell you how many lives he's ruined, how many bodies. At night, I feel like I could still hear the screams. It's not enjoyable, but strangely enough, he did leave me with a gift. One that I'll share with y'all. Whether it's him or someone like him, or just those thoughts in your head, remember who you are. Remember your worth. You're here for a reason, so keep going. One of my favorite quotes in life by Rainer Maria Rilke is, "Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final." And I find that beautiful. And it dawned on me. It really did. What am I going to leave for my lineage when I'm an ancestor? Just like the question, popped right in my head. Compassion, empathy. That in everyone, there's something good. So don't give up hope in finding it. Even an enemy, even in someone like Vince. Love all life. So, I hope you guys take these gifts that they've shared, these messages, and implement them to your life, or don't. If not, I hope you enjoyed the stories. And for that, thank you for listening. Oh, my time's coming.
All right, 15-minute intermission, but I do need to ask a favor. We're going to be